The Funnelweb has ruined me for all other energy SMGs, it seems. I was very, very late to the Funnelweb hype, but this week I plucked one of the god rolls that I had acquired and just stuffed into my vault. I plucked it out, and I took it for a spin. And I expected to use it probably for just a few matches and then put it away, but that turned into a few hours. And then that turned into getting triple-digit kills with it in trials and having it carry me to a solo flawless run and much, much more. I found that it's a dueling fiend. It's easy to control. It frequently reloads itself, which saves my life a lot with the Origin perk. And it has a perk pool featuring a few of the best perks currently in the game for PvP. So I'd take this over a mini tool 10 out of 10 times. I crafted a god roll mini tool and I was just thoroughly unimpressed with it. I know, I think I'm probably against the grain on that one. I've seen several content creators here on YouTube singing the praises of the mini tool in PvP, but it just was not for me. I did not like the optics or the way that it handled any of that. So I'd take it over that. I'd take it over Shira's Wrath with its quicker TTK. And let me take a couple minutes to show you what's special about this SMG so that you don't make the same mistake that I did and sleep on it longer than you should. A lot of times in a game like Destiny, you've got 5, 6, sometimes 10 or more guns in the same archetype subfamily. So having them be different from one another is kind of challenging. Usually they just sort of mesh together and you can pick and choose which one you'd like. But the thing that I have found with guns like Funnelweb, where it's got a lot of competition in its subfamily, is that you have to find the things that do make it different. Look at the perk pools, look at the zoom values, look at the base stats. You have to find something that makes it different. And the real value in these guns is trying to find a way to lean into that specific thing. Because a lot of times, if you're just going for the generic rolls, chances are it's not going to be the best version of itself that it can be. And we'll get into that in a second. I was looking at my Crucible report just before the Witch Queen launched, and I made an observation about my career that I wasn't too happy with. Crucible.report, by the way, is a website you can pull up. It'll show you a lot of detailed specifics about your tenure in the Crucible. I noticed that my primary weapon usage is through the roof. I mean, you won't see a special weapon until you scroll past sidearms, hand cannons, pulse rifles, and I like that. But then SMGs, they were underneath all of the main special weapon types. I had fewer kills with SMGs across my career than fusion rifles, shotguns, and sniper rifles, which were all around that 30,000 kill lifetime final blow mark. So I really wanted to get those SMG kills up in line with my special weapons. My SMG final blows were down around 15,000. So that's why you've seen me use a lot of the submission SMG this year from the Vow of the Disciple. I've got upwards of 3,000. Actually, with the random rolls included, I'm probably around 4,000 PvP kills with that thing. You've seen the Borrowed Time. You've seen the Hero's Burden. I ended up pulling my SMG kills up to 22,000 final blows and counting. So I'm making great progress on my goal. But I didn't expect the Funnelweb to be one of the SMGs that helped me make the climb. If we take a look at the Funnelweb, one of the very first things that you'll notice about it is the 96 recoil direction. One of the biggest challenges with 900 RPM SMGs is controlling them during a fight, where your enemy is most likely not standing still. They're flying through the air. They're changing directions in an instant with a shoulder charge or a double jump or an Icarus dash. They're meleeing your teammate, making them rubber band back and forth erratically. They're strafing, peeking in and out of cover, and managing the tip of your barrel through all of that while spraying a hailstorm of bullets with a 900 RPM SMG. It can be a genuine challenge. But the Funnelweb, right out of the gate, is going to help you with that problem by having a recoil direction that is essentially perfectly vertical, and mine is actually a perfect 100 with chambered compensator as my barrel option. So let me go ahead, I'll just go ahead and show you my roll so that you know what you're seeing in the background here. Mine is, like I said, chambered compensator, flared magwell, which I actually really like on SMGs because it addresses the two biggest challenges with these things, which are stability and slow reloads, despite how quickly you can empty your mag. Then I've got Killing Wind, Rangefinder, and a Range Masterwork. And I was using Sprint Grip on it because I was using it with the Antaeus Ward, so it just made perfect sense to have Sprint Grip. If I'm sprinting at people and sliding to get the Antaeus Ward shield up around my legs, then it just made sense to have Sprint Grip on, and you'll see that gameplay in the background as well. I do actually like the Viced Stinger intrinsic perk on these things too, the Origin trait. Initially I was unimpressed because it didn't seem to be proccing a lot, but then as I got into a groove with this thing, I was landing my shots, tracking my targets well. I was surprised at how frequently it kicked in, and it saved my life a number of times. Obviously, I've got, like I said, Killing Wind on mine, so being able to chain those kills seamlessly without having to force a reload was a really big deal for me. At the base, the Funnelweb has a range value of 39, which is more than Multi-Mock's base of 29, Submission's base of 29. Only Hero's Burden edges it out with 44. But the big thing is that Funnelweb has Rangefinder in the second column, right? This gives you more zoom, more range, and more aim assist at deeper ranges. So in other words, you can comfortably duel with the Funnelweb at ranges usually 900 RPMs cannot compete at. And you don't need to tank your stability to get that kind of range like you have to do with Multi-Mock and Hero's Burden as you go for that Iron Reach roll, which bumps your range out dramatically, which is great, but it absolutely tanks your stability stats. So having deep range duels is a real challenge. But with Rangefinder, you're getting that aim assist at deeper ranges, so you don't have to worry so much about barrel control in the midst of those deeper duels. So looking at the perk pool, you can see the combo that really makes Funnelweb stand out. Yes, it has Perpetual Motion and Adrenaline Junkie. I have that roll too. It gives it great stability, some extra damage. That's cool. But if you're looking for extra damage, then Multi-Mock or Hero's Burden, they've got Kill Clip. They can do better in that department. If you're looking for wicked high stability, then you probably want the Submission with Enhanced Encore and handcrafted stability perks. But what Funnelweb excels at is taking duels from deeper ranges with laser precision. So I want to lean into that even more. So Rangefinder is my #1 pick in that second column for PvP, and nothing else comes close. I have rolls with Elemental Capacitor. I've tried that. I've tried Adrenaline Junkie rolls for kill chaining. I've tried Frenzy rolls, but nothing makes this gun straight up feel good like Rangefinder does. Then, in the first slot, I wanted Killing Wind. It's an S tier perk. The buffs that you get are beyond generous. They're game-changing, and I've been preaching Killing Wind for months. Being able to seamlessly go from one duel into another with a gun that is lightning quick in terms of its responsiveness, with now 20 extra range, and buffing my mobility stat by 50, which should essentially be capping you at tier 10 mobility at that point, for extra strafe speed and sprint speed. Like, holy cow, that's a lot of buffs for the price of one perk. You're going to be seeing me chaining kills in just about every clip in this video. It felt so smooth, so easy. I loved it. I couldn't put the gun down. I think I'm going to get my Devour build retooled for an SMG and drop this gun into that build and try it out, because just doing this on Titan was a riot. I can only imagine doing it with a build that gives me health back on each kill while I get that extra range, extra mobility, extra handling. That sounds like fun to me. Now, like I've said, I know I'm late on the Funnelweb train, but I feel like most people were going for those PvE god rolls, you know, with the Subsistence Frenzy combo, and I have that too. It's quite fun. But don't let all of that PvE hype keep you from recognizing the PvP potential that Funnelweb has. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those guns that I just keep coming back to over and over again. If you have a Funnelweb that you like in PvP, just let me know what role you've been enjoying. What's working for you? Have you used this gun in PvP yet, and what are your thoughts? Thanks as always for taking the time to watch the video. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, would you consider leaving a like on the video, as that's the best free way to support content creators here on YouTube Gaming, and feel free to subscribe for additional Destiny 2 content. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.